live at Benedictine University for the second match of the 2015 Chicago Red Star season as they host a very formidable opponent in the undefeated Portland Thorns. The Chicago Red Stars got their 2015 campaign off to a good note, defeating last year's Shield winner, the Seattle Reign, by a 3-2 scoreline, handing the Reign their very first loss in just their second match of 2015. Kristen Press had a brace for the Red Stars, including the game-winning goal in the first minute of stoppage time. Including an assist on Jen Hoy's first half goal, that was enough to earn Press NWSL Player of the Week honors for Week 2 of the 2015 season. Her 2 goals in last week's matchup brings her up to 8 goals since she joined the Chicago Red Stars in the middle of last season. Press looks to break past the Portland Thorns defense, who has only allowed 1 goal in 2 matches to begin the 2015 season. The Thorns enter tonight's matchup with 2 consecutive wins to start the year, the first time that has happened in team history. They'll be missing 2 major components on offense, though, as both Alex Morgan and English international Jody Taylor will be out tonight due to injury. Head coach Paul Riley has plenty of options to compensate those missing 2 players. Allie Long has continued her stellar play in Portland to start the season. The Thorns midfielder has scored a goal in the first 2 matches of the regular season, including the only goal in last week's matchup against the Western New York Flash. For Long, that was her 15th career goal, which moved her into a tie for first place in the Thorns all-time scoring list with Alex Morgan. So sit back, relax, and enjoy what should be one of the best matchups in the NWSL's young season between 2 of the top teams, the league-leading Portland Thorns and the second-place Chicago Red Stars, live tonight from Benedictine University. And tonight I am joined in the booth by Wes Lomnicki. And tonight's game at Benedictine University is presented as IBJI Night, recognizing our presenting partner, the Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, and I'm looking forward to introducing you to the fine folks from IBJI during our halftime show. And once again this week, welcome to those watching today in Naperville Community Television, Channel 17, the Red Stars official community TV station, bringing live Red Stars soccer TV screens in Naperville, and if you have your cable through AT&T, throughout the state of Illinois. Yes, Brett Myers, Wes Lomnicki with you here tonight in what should be a very fantastic matchup and a very important one this early in the NWSL season.
Yes, Brett, thanks. It's great to be back up here. And after watching the games over the last week, these 2 teams have really started the season hitting the ground running. Portland off to a 2-0 start. Red Stars with no lack of suspense in last week's game, but should be a fantastic matchup tonight.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. First, for the visiting Portland Thorns, head coach Paul Riley changing things up a little bit, calling up Taylor Camo, an amateur player from the University of California, to play in the defense along with Emily Menges, Kat Williamson, and Courtney Nemec. Nadine Ungerer starts in goal tonight for the Thorns. Nicole Zerboni, Sinead Farley, Tobin Heath, Mana Shim, Allie Long in the midfield, and Christine Sinclair up top as a striker. A little curveball from Paul Riley tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what type of shape they come out in. We've seen them come out in the last couple weeks with a not very often seen 3-4-2-1. You kind of look at it and think, are they going to come out in a flat back 4 and respect the speed of Hoy and Press up top? We're going to have to wait and see, how this game unfolds early.
Speaking of the Chicago Red Stars, only one change to their starting lineup from last week. Rachel Quan is out. She has a left ankle sprain. In her place, Erin Gilliland gets her first professional start at left back, joined in the defense by Julie Johnson, Abby Erstig, and Taryn Hemmings. Midfielders Danielle Colaprico, Vanessa DiBernardo, Lori Kolupny, and Shannon Box getting the start tonight. And up top, Kristen Press and Jen Hoy. And the Chicago Red Stars look to get in behind the Portland Thorns defense tonight, Wes.
Yeah, from the opening kickoff here, looks like they're going to be playing a back 3, so you'd like to see Hoy and Press really try to take the issue to them and separate those outside backs early as we go here.
Well, we are underway here at Benedictine University, the second match of the 2015 Chicago Red Stars season, as they are hosting the Portland Thorns, undefeated so far in NWSL play, a 4-1 victory over the Boston Breakers and a 1-0 victory over Western New York last week, but their first road match of the 2015 campaign. So that ball is going to be played back from Hoy to Johnston on the outside and given away to the Portland Thorns. And Portland has been extremely good to start off the 2015 campaign. They've only allowed one goal in their first two matches, and it's a team that moves very well on and both off the ball. That ball is played out wide. It's Tobin Heath on it for the Thorns. Tries to send that one to the box. Nicely defended there by Aaron Gilliland, the rookie, the draft pick out of Kentucky.
Yeah, early on in the season, we've seen Portland really establish possession well the first couple games. They love to build through their midfield playmakers.
Sinead Farley, who had the assist on Allie Long's goal, plays it into the box. It's cleared away by the Red Stars. It'll drift all the way back to Nadine Ungerer. Plays it out to Emily Menges, playing on the left side for the Thorns. Tamana Shim. Back to Menges. Christine Sinclair getting the start tonight up top with Alex Morgan and Jody Taylor both out due to injury. Taken away by the Red Stars, it's Julie Johnston. A nice battle there with Courtney Nemec. But the Red Stars take control back. It's in the near side now. Nice little fight here on the near side between Aaron Gilliland and Tobin Heath. And the Portland Thorns get the better of that one. Nemec with it. Nemec will chase it back and get the deflection, and will be a Portland throw-in. Here as we are in the third minute of this very crucial matchup in the NWSL here in the early season between two talented teams in Portland and Chicago.
You've got a lot of youth on the field for both teams. Camo making her first start in the NWSL. You've got Aaron Gilliland on the Red Stars, as well as Danny Calaprico, all rookies here on the field tonight and early in the season, having the benefit of being around some national team players that haven't left yet for World Cup duty.
Yeah, especially in the case of Taylor Camo, who just gets thrown right into the fire, gets called up, gets put on the back line in her very first match. Ball's played long, and Johnston will chase it down for Chicago. Colaprico to the outside. Back to Colaprico. Allie Long trying to mark her. Chicago Red Stars wearing their new home kits for the 2015 season. And their ball played long. Kristen Press takes the shot. And an early goal for the Red Stars in the fourth minute. Kristen Press, her scoring streak continues.
Talk about starting your season off hot. That was probably one of the best goals we'll see early in the season here. Great ball in from Lori Kolupny. Great prep touch by Kristen Press. And you talk about bending a ball into the far post, that's how it's done.
Well, she doesn't really even need to get in behind the defense. If she could just take shots from range like that, it's about a 25-yard blast.
Yeah, fantastic. She knew what she was doing the whole way. Little prep touch to create a little window to shoot through, and had it rip.
A good start for the Chicago Red Stars. The Kristen Press goal in the fourth minute. And for Kristen Press, that is her third goal already this season, her ninth total with the Red Stars since joining the team last season. Bona fide scoring machine. We'll see if the Portland Thorns can come back and do some damage, see if they can get one back. But Chicago Red Stars defense looks to be on top of it so far. Tobin Heath will grab the ball in the midfield. That ball is played to the back. Kat Williamson was questionable to start tonight's matchup with a concussion. She is in Paul Riley's starting lineup and playing center back tonight for the Thorns. Farley to the outside. Emily Menges gaining some ground. Touch forward. A ball looking for Sinclair, but Johnston will get right in front and pass it back to LeBlanc. Taylor Camo will get a touch on the ball for the Portland Thorns, and Red Stars will get another throw-in as that ball comes off Christine Sinclair. As we have a whistle and a foul called by a referee tonight, Levi Rippey is the man in the middle. Assistant referees Veronica Perez, Benjamin Wooten, and the fourth official tonight is Greg Dobka.
In my opinion, Portland's really rolling the dice, playing that back three the way they have the first few games with the understanding and the off-the-ball movement that Kristen Press has. She's made them play early already.
Yeah, that was one of those things we were talking about before the match, Wes, about where Taylor Camo would play. And it looks like she's playing a little more forward than we were expecting.
Yeah, it still looks like three in the back. And what you do see Portland do well is they're holding midfielders, do a fantastic job dropping back and covering for the outside backs when they do get drawn outside. That long ball into Kristen Press, though, definitely wasn't the case.
Tobin Heath will try to play that forward for Portland. Allie Long onto it. Sends it to the middle to Sinead Farley. Farley with a shot from distance, but it will float over the byline for a goal kick for Chicago. A chippy idea there by Sinead Farley to get that one towards goal, but as in the case of last week's matchup, the wind will definitely play a factor.
Yeah, it's at the Red Stars' back right now. It looks to be about 10, 15 mile an hour at least.
Zerboni plays it to the ground. Ursig will clear for the Red Stars. Hoy will touch that one back to DiBernardo. Tacola Prico sends it up forward. Cross sent in near the top of the arc to Kristen Press. Press tries to turn in on goal with a left-footed shot, and it's in! One just wasn't enough. The Chicago Red Stars with a 2-0 lead here in the 8th minute.
Just a fantastic start to the game. You see Kristen Press isolating herself on the Portland Thorns right back again. One-on-one, there's not many better in the world, and she's hitting a stride right now.
Well, she is definitely on fire, and she's already got a brace in this matchup, but we're only not even 7.5 minutes in.
If you're Portland, the outside midfielders in Tobin Heath right now has got to be able to work back and give some cover to the back three of Portland, or else, Kristen Press might just not stop it too.
This raid, the momentum is totally on the side of the Chicago Red Stars, and the fans here at Benedictine University loving every second of that. It's a good warm-up for her. It's definitely a confidence builder, especially going into a World Cup year.
Yeah, I'm sure Jill Ellis is happy to see the start she's having right now.
Farley will play it to the ground. Actually, it's Emily Menges with it. And that'll go out for a Chicago Red Stars throw, and it's definitely not the start that Paul Riley expected. Julie Johnston will collect it for Chicago. A little collision there in the midfield, and Julie Johnston not happy with that foul called against her. We got a player shaken up on the ground there.
Yeah, tough break there. She had the ball at her foot, but, went to ground, tripped or whatever you call it, and momentum carried her through. Don't disagree with that call, actually.
Kat Williamson, the one getting knocked over, and she'll be taking the free kick now for Portland, who are facing a 2-0 deficit, and we haven't played 10 minutes yet.
And you've seen what the Red Stars' game plan has been. They've won the ball a few times near midfield and have immediately gone into their transition attack and relying on the off-the-ball movement of Kristen Press to really, really pay off for them.
Nemec will play it out wide. Tobin Heath back to the middle to Zerboni. Over to Mana Shim. Shim will chip that one into the box. Looking for the head of Farley. Bouncing around and collected up by Sinclair. Sinclair takes a shot. It's blocked and cleared away by Ursig. Tobin Heath will play it out wide. Shim trying to make a run to the box. Cleared away by Johnston. Zerboni will try and chase that down. And Menges will pick it up for Portland. Williamson. Back to the goalkeeper, Ungerer. And Portland really trying to get something going, trying to find the movement of the ball. And that's one of those things that they are really good at, moving with the ball and moving off the ball. Sinclair out wide to Heath. Heath with a little bit of heavy touch on it, and Gilliland gets right in front of her, but Heath managed to get the cross to the back post. Saved by LeBlanc. There's the rebound. Headed off the line by Johnston. Coming up up big defensively on the Chicago Red Stars, and wow, dodging a bullet right there.
Fantastic recovery defense. Karina LeBlanc going to ground, making a big save, and as a center back, you know when your keeper's on the ground, you've got to get to the goal line and cover. Great job by Julie Johnston.
Portland retains possession, floated into the box. Sinclair with the head. Tobin Heath with the head, and bouncing around. Shannon Box was fighting against her. Box will chase it down for the Red Stars. Kristen Press was Zerboni marking her. Back to Johnston. And now the Red Stars looking to reset things with a 2-goal lead. Box sends the cross towards the middle, clear away by Williamson. Allie Long had a goal in the last match for Portland in the 22nd minute after off a nice chip from Sinead Farley. And Nemec will send that one back to Ungerer.
And you saw the success Portland has when they do get the ball wide, and they're going to have to continue to go to that well with Tobin Heath tonight, because Chicago playing the 4-4-2 diamond midfield, what they're really trying to do is choke off the space for Nadim and Ali Long and not allow them to build through the middle. So they're really going to have to isolate their outside midfielders to create opportunities tonight, I think.
Sinead Farley takes it for Portland. Played to the near side. Here's Tobin Heath, but we've got a whistle. And Tobin Heath was kind of wondering where the advantage call was from our referee, Levi Rippey.
I don't know if that's advantage. Taryn Hemmings was definitely there getting a tackle in, but we'll take it either way.
All right, we're going to pull that one all the way back, it looks like, to in and around the 45-yard line here on the turf at Benedictine University. And that kick floated into the box, but headed away by Chicago. Jen Hoy with the ball. Jen Hoy gets around Kat Williamson. Has to play it back. Play it out to the outside. Nicely defended there by Portland. And Farley will collect it up for the Thorns. Given right back to Chicago. Sends the cross into the box, way over the head. Looking for Kristen Press, and it's like Hoy was kind of backing that up a little. Actually, as Box backing it up just a little bit.
Fantastic job by Box not giving up on that ball, creating a corner kick opportunity here.
First corner kick of the matchup in this Red Stars corner kick brought to you by the Illinois Women's Soccer League. For every Red Stars corner kick this season, IWSL will donate a game ticket to a local nonprofit organization.
A lot of jostling for position going on in front of Angura right now.
Well, that's what killed the Red Stars last week, set pieces. 2 goals off corner kicks were the 2 goals given up in that matchup last week against Seattle. Looking to see if they could do something on the positive end with set pieces here in the 15th minute. Ball sent towards the back post, headed and just over the byline. A little bit wide of the goal, but a nice corner kick opportunity there for the Red Stars. As Nadine Ungerer will try and direct traffic for Portland. Last year with Portland, Ungerer played in 22 games, started all 22 of them, ended up with 74 saves and a 1.41 goals against average and 4 shutouts for Portland.
We got a yellow card here to Julie Johnston for a tackle at midfield.
And the first yellow card of the season picked up by the Chicago Red Stars goes to the U.S. national team defender here in the 15th minute.
Even with the 2-0 lead, you look back at what Rory Dames, head coach of the Red Stars, was saying in the lead up to this match is they have to be connected, communicating, defensively organized for 90 minutes tonight. Being up 2-0 early in a game can sometimes be a kiss of death because you can sometimes turn off defensively, and the Red Stars are really going to have to stay connected here.
Well, it's often said that a 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in any sport, such as soccer. tend to get a little complacent, let your defense be a little bit lackadaisical, but Red Stars definitely looking to play a full 99 as that ball is headed back to Corinne LeBlanc. Gilliland getting her first professional start tonight for Chicago to Kolupny. Ball flicked on to Aaron Gilliland. A nice little overlapping run there. Tobin Heath, nice tackle to get that ball away from Gilliland. Tobin Heath with it for Portland.
It was a great recovery run by Tobin Heath, about 50 to 60 yards to come back and win that ball for her team. She's going to have to do that a lot tonight and give balance to the back line, though.
And Allie Long tries to press forward. Now the ball at Mana Shim's feet. One of the fan favorites in Portland is Mana Shim. Already has a goal this season for Portland and that 4-1 victory against Boston the first week of the year. Farley back to Williamson. Out it goes. Played forward. Now on the outside. Here comes Portland. Taylor Camo pushing forward for Portland, and she'll take the throw in. Allie Long. To the middle to Zerboni. To Farley. A quick touch to the outside. Over to Courtney Nemec. Tobin Heath with it. Tobin Heath sends the cross in, cleared away by Johnston, and Kolupny will pick it up for Chicago.
And Kristen Press making a great run right now.
And that ball played over the top. Here comes Kristen Press again. A long-distance shot off the fingertips of Vongerer, and it will go out for a Chicago Red Stars corner kick.
It is going to be a long night for those back three if she continues to make runs like that from midfield.
It's definitely a great run and definitely a great idea. She has got the confidence to try shots from that distance. And Vongerer was a little bit shaky there, Wes.
She came off her line, wasn't quite sure if she needed to close her down or not. Great fingertip save, though. That's why she's one of the best in the world, I guess.
That sets up the second Chicago corner kick. And another Red Stars corner kick means Illinois Women's Soccer League will be donating another ticket to a local nonprofit organization. Another ball sent long to the back post. And Portland has an easy time defending that one, but it'll go out for a Chicago Red Stars throw-in. Zerboni will clear for Portland. Sinclair will play it back, and that ball is played forward off the head of Julie Johnston, and Johnston and Sinclair battling for it. Johnston gets the better end of that one. To Ursig. Ursig to the near side to Gilliland. Back to Ursig here in the 19th minute. Chicago Red Stars 2-0 lead. 2 Kristen Press goals. One in the 4th minute and one in the 8th minute are the story so far in this matchup. Taylor Camo, the amateur rookie from Cal, will play it back and then get the ball back to Sinclair. Nicely defended there by Chicago. Colaprico. Ball played back to Colaprico, and Colaprico will send that ball forward. Shannon Box trying to run onto it. And Sinead Farley will grab it for Portland to Tobin Heath. Back it goes to Nemec. Plays it to the near side of Farley. Farley will send the ball forward. Julie Johnston with an easy job cleaning that one up.
They're trying to find Christine Sinclair up top. It's a different look, than having Alex Morgan or Jody Taylor up front. They really want to build through Christine Sinclair's feet and see if they can shoot players like Allie Long through the midfield. But so far, the midfield four of Chicago, and specifically Lori Kolupny, doing a great job denying the ball into Allie Long and Christine Sinclair here early in the first half.
Well, that's one of the things that Paul Riley does very well, playing with a target forward. And really none better in the history of women's soccer than Christine Sinclair. Currently ranks 3rd on the all-time international goal-scoring list for women's soccer, behind Mia Hamm and Abby Wambach.
It's good company.
Very good company. Red Stars have the ball into space now. Gilliland has it on the near side. Gilliland draws the triple team. We'll play that one towards the middle to DiBernardo.
Great composure there from the rookie.
But the Portland Thorns get it back, but not for very long as Ursik will play it out wide. Taryn Hemmings with it to Colaprico. Looking for that overlapping run of Taryn Hemmings, and that was one of the things that Taryn Hemmings did very well last week. She pushed forward and created that one scoring chance for Jen Hoy. Her bent ball over to Kristen Press and Press's cross. It was just a thing of beauty last week.
Yeah, that build up to that play, 50, 60-yard long ball across the field, brought down brilliantly by Kristen Press and squared across goal. They're very dangerous. They always have been, the Red Stars, in transition, and we've already seen it early here today.
Well, especially when you have the speed of Jen Hoy and Kristen Press up top.
You gotta like their energy, the way they started the game. They're running at the back three, making it difficult to build possession through the midfield.
Ball's played back, turned over to Christine Sinclair. Sinclair waiting for a little support to come forward. Plays it to Allie Long, to Heath. Heath will hesitate, a little nifty footwork, and the shot is deflected away. Nice patience again by the Red Stars, not to be fooled there by the fancy footwork of Tobin Heath, and Kristen Press will collect it up to the midfield to Kolupny.
Like what you see in Taryn Hemmings here, trying to get forward.
And that ball played to the outside. This is Gilliland. And Gilliland with the left-footed cross, punched away by Ungerer. Colaprico will try and chase that down, but cannot catch up to it before it goes out of bounds. And you're seeing a lot of speed by Chicago right now.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of the space. And, you know, the wide midfielders for Portland, you know, they're getting stuck in a position. Do you drop or do you step? And if the outside backs, Hemmings and Gilliland for Chicago, can keep making those overlapping runs, you're putting the back three and central midfield of Portland in a big predicament.
Have not been able to find the answer so far, and they are trailing 2-0 here in the 23rd minute at Benedictine University. Ursig. Colaprico will hesitate and then turn it back to Johnston. Chicago Red Stars, using the space and also trying to find the seams through the midfield as well. Gilliland, back to Ursig. Allie Long with the left-footed service, taken by Julie Johnston and cleared out of harm's way. Back to the Thorns. Sinead Farley clips it off Abby Ursig's back, and the Chicago Red Stars will take back possession. Kristen Press on the ball, taken away. Didn't really have as much space to work with right there. Doesn't really help when you've got four people defending you, essentially.
I think she didn't mind trying to go 1v4 there. I remember one goal specifically last year where she did that.
Here comes Jen Hoy for the Red Stars. Jen Hoy tries to get in and around the defense, but again, very nicely defended there by Portland. Yeah, if you don't have Kristen Press finding the back of that, Jen Hoy definitely will.
She's going to be needed this year. She's got to take the next step, and early in the season, she definitely looks like she has, because when Kristen Press and some of these girls go on to the World Cup, they're going to lean on players like Jen Hoy to, keep the goal-scoring production up.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Red Star Soccer in 2015 is presented by the Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, proud presenting partner of the Chicago Red Stars. The Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, move better, live better, and it is IBJI night here at the Red Stars match at Benedictine. And at halftime, we will introduce you to one of the doctors from IBJI. So make sure you stick around for our halftime show for that.
Great pressure by the Red Stars there, swarming the ball. You have four defenders around that ball before Lori Kolupny came away with it.
Looks like the Portland Thorns back on their heels, and it'll be a foul call against the Chicago Red Stars. And yeah, that back three is really having a test tonight for Portland.
And it's a tough call for Coach Paul Riley. They're 2-0. They've been the class of the league the last couple games. Everybody's talking about them. it's tough to go in and switch a formation, even if you know the quality that Chicago has up top. So they rolled the dice so far today, and they're going to have to see if they can recover from it.
Absolutely. Be interested to see what adjustments, not only does Portland make at halftime, but if any adjustments, if any, that Chicago Red Stars make for the second half to anticipate anything, as Shannon Box will commit the foul in the center circle, knocking down Allie Long. And that's somebody who we haven't really talked about tonight. Allie Long, she's been pretty much neutralized by Chicago.
Like I said, yes, Shannon Box, Lori Kolupny, Colaprico, they're doing a good job denying balls into the feet of Christine Sinclair and Allie Long and Shim even up top, because that's their lifeline. They're a great possession team. They're trying to build through these players, and that's where they found success.
Heath will play it to the middle. Mana Shim with it will chip into the box, but easily Karina LeBlanc will pick it up. Mana Shim's one of those players who you don't really talk about, but she's kind of come into her own this season. She's had a goal already this year, and she's one of those people that be needed for the Portland Thorns, much like Jen Hoy will be for Chicago as the World Cup comes up.
Yeah, the depth of the clubs across the NWSL is really going to have to come into play. You're going to have to rely on young players. You're going to have to rely on veterans that aren't with national teams, and it's going to be an interesting summer for at least a few weeks here.
So we got a whistle.
Offside flag went up.
Offside flag went up. So an indirect free kick coming up for Portland here in the 28th minute. The only matchup going on tonight in the NWSL, they've got a couple of them tomorrow, so some Sunday soccer for you. But the spotlight is on Lisle, Illinois tonight for this very important matchup between Portland and Chicago. And we know that people are watching all over the world and providing their thoughts on social media. If you want to tweet me during the game, you can tweet my handle at Brett Myers. I'll spell the last name for you. It's a little difficult. MYHRES. Bunch of NWSL fans already follow me as that ball is floating towards Heath, but Ursig will clear it. See, there we go. We got the graphic up on the screen. There's my Twitter handle.
Great work by Tobin Heath down here in the corner. You see her skill. You see her footwork.
And she's going to have to do a lot of creating, and there's a ball looking for Sinclair, and she's going to take the shot, and she'll score. Create a little something out of nothing there.
Ton of skill up on top of the box. You saw a little back heel pass. You saw Christine Sinclair spin off and find a little bit of space, and a striker with that class, that's really all she needs. Great goal by Portland.
Well, last season, in 22 starts, she had 7 goals, and tallies one here to bring the Portland Thorns within 1 in the 29th minute.
You saw the Chicago defense collapse on the ball, but nobody really taking the initiative to try to get a tackle in. A couple people ball watching. They're going to have to clean that up back there.
Ball watching often gets you into trouble, and it did the Chicago Red Stars there. 2-1 your score, 29th minute. And now Sinead Farley will play it back to Menges. Red Stars get it back. Here's Colaprico. Colaprico still on the ball. Will play it out wide, and here comes Gilliland. Gilliland will send the cross to the back post. Nicely defended there by Emily Menges, but like you said, good ball.
Good ball in from the rookie. You like her decision-making there. She saw she had runners in the box. Give them a chance. Going back to that goal by Portland, you can't say enough about Tobin Heath's work rate to win that ball back for her team down there in the corner, and her poise on the ball to let it all develop. I mean, you got the national team players really making an impact on both sides here early.
And both Christine Sinclair and Karina LeBlanc flew in back from Canada after doing some work with the Canadian national team in preparation for this summer's World Cup. So here comes Gilliland again for the Red Stars, and forced off the ball this time by Tobin Heath. Some veteran presence right there, and fans thought that one should be a Chicago throw-in, but nice work by Tobin Heath to get that one last coming off Gilliland. And now Nemec will throw it in. Kolupny back to Johnston. Gilliland will play it back to Ursig. Lori Kolupny will chip it forward. Shannon Box trying to get on Tobin Heath for the ball. And now Allie Long will trip up Lori Kolupny.
You talk about getting thrown into the fire. Aaron Gilliland, the rookie here with her first start. I'd just like to be going 1v1 the whole game with Tobin Heath.
Yeah, absolutely. And what she looks like she's got the confidence to take on that role. She's been playing well so far.
You need to, and Tobin Heath, as far as 1v1 quality goes, one of the best in the league and can be argued one of the best in the world. So, if you're going to get thrown into the fire, you might as well go all in.
Mana Shim will play it out wide. Looking for Taylor Camo, but nicely defended there. Cola Prico and Hemmings both with the defense. We got a whistle and another foul called. This time the foul is going to go against Kolupny.
You got to let him play a little bit there, I think. And he's starting to blow a little whistle a little too often here on both sides of the field.
32nd minute, and the Chicago Red Stars still holding on to a 2-1 advantage. Christine Sinclair with the only goal so far for Portland.
Got to keep track of her for sure on these set piece opportunities.
A left-footed service sent into the box and right in the hands of Karina LeBlanc. And fans, for all you Red Stars fans watching online, you can get geared up in Red Stars gear. Make your purchases at redstarsgear.com. I have a hoodie, Chicago Red Stars hoodie. I live in it. It's very, very comfortable. Lots of great Chicago Red Stars merchandise for sale. Emily Menges with it. Danielle Colaprico gets it back. I'll go all the way along to Nadine Ungerer. To Williamson. Out to Emily Menges. Taken back by the Red Stars. That ball is flicked on. And Ungerer will dive on top of that one. So far, the Red Stars should be very, very happy with this first half that they played. Taking it right to the league leaders, the Portland Thorns.
You have to think with the quality on the field for Portland, you're going to need at least one more to come away with 3 points tonight.
And Taylor Camo will take the throw-in to Farley, back to Camo, and Farley will try to touch that one back. She'll get back on the ball for Portland. Sliding around, and Box will collect it up, passing it back to Kolupny. It'll go out of play, and it will be a Chicago Red Stars throw-in here in the 34th minute.
And you see off the ball here, Jen Hoy and Kristen Press are staying very high, trying to keep that back three for Portland honest and dropped off to create a little bit more space for the midfield to run into.
Ball chip. Allie Long will play it back to Tobin Heath. Tobin Heath still dancing around the ball. That ball poked away. Kristen Press back to Kolupny. Out wide to Gilliland. Shannon Box with a little bit of space to work with. It'll be cleared away by the Thorns. Allie Long gets a touch on it. And we got a whistle and a foul called by Levi Rippey, our referee. Quick restart for the Thorns. As Taylor Camo tries to go to the outside. Gets some space, sends the cross in. Knocked away. Mana Shim with the shot. Right in the hands of Karina LeBlanc. And again, the Portland Thorns creating some chances pretty much out of nothing.
Yeah, ball popped out to the top of the box. Why not have a go?
Shannon Box to the outside. Farley will get it back for the Thorns. Julie Johnston. Out wide to Gilliland here on the near side. Kolupny, back to Gilliland. To Ursig. Ursig will send that one back to LeBlanc, and LeBlanc will cannon it forward for the Red Stars. Holding on to a 2-1 lead, and we've got another whistle to foul against Chicago.
You're always going to get called for that, putting an Armandor back. You would have liked to see, I personally would like to see the Red Stars try to build a little bit more there. Karina LeBlanc playing the long ball. Feel like you can try to work it around the other side of things and stretch this back three out, stretch the midfield out a little bit more.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't let the score graphic fool you. It is 2-1 in favor of the Chicago Red Stars. Christine Sinclair with a goal in the 28th minute for Portland has cut the lead in half for Chicago. Kat Williamson will dance around, get a nice little turn, and play it to Tobin Heath. Heath draws the double team. Heath still fighting for it against Shannon Box, but it's taken away by Chicago. And here comes Vanessa DiBernardo on the outside. Cuts it back in. Possession lost by the Red Stars, but gained quickly back. And Press will play it back. Press will run back onto it.
Got to be able to get that ball wide.
And here comes Lori Kolupny for the Red Stars. Press to the outside. Ball on the edge of the 18, sent towards the back post, but Wynn catches it, puts it over the byline.
You see how the 5, sometimes 6 defenders for Portland really collapse in the center of the field, and eventually the Chicago was able to build the ball through the flanks, and they got to keep trying to do that once the center of the field really gets closed off.
Yeah, we've noticed a little bit of congestion now in the midfield as this first half has gone along. Farley will take possession of the ball to the outside, off the feet of Taylor Camo, and turn over to the Red Stars. But Taylor Camo so far looking pretty good in her first start for the Portland Thorns.
Yeah, you never know it. Looking very comfortable out there.
And Johnston will play it through the traffic. Gets it back and plays it a little bit longer this time, but nobody able to make a run onto it, and Nadine Ongaro will let it fly over the byline for a goal kick for Portland. Red Stars holding on to this 2 lead in a very pivotal matchup in this early NWSL season. Colaprico fighting for the ball, and she'll draw contact in the foul. And we talk about the play of the Chicago Red Stars rookies. Colaprico, Sophia Horta had a good half last week against Seattle. Erin Gilliland had a good half last week and looking pretty solid in her first professional start. And the draft pick's paying off so far for the Red Stars.
Yeah, they've done a great job the last couple of years and made wise draft picks. And you sit here and look at second-year players like Julie Johnston and Vanessa DiBernardo, and it's really paid off. And you've seen this team now look like they're about to take the next step, at least.
Ball sent into the box. Was looking for the very tall Abby Ursig and drifted right past her over the byline for a goal kick for Portland. It's a good target to have in front of the goal is Abby Ursig. And Emily Menges fighting for the ball, and Jen Hoy will commit the foul. It'll be a free kick coming up for the Thorns.
Again, yeah, you commit a foul, but you got to love the effort of Jen Hoy and Kristen Press up top. At the very least, they're making the backs have to think about them every time they touch the ball.
Sinead Farley will restart this for the Red Star, or for the Portland Thorns. Nice little midfield battle going on right now, and Christine Sinclair on the ball for Portland. Plays that one in towards Allie Long, nicely defended there by Kolupny and cleared away. Sinead Farley with the chip inside the box. That's headed away by Ursig. And Karina LeBlanc has to come in and make the save. Christine Sinclair pretty much came out of nowhere.
Yeah, you see Portland continue to shoot players through the midfield. Allie Long there getting involved. that's one of the biggest difficulties that the Red Stars are going to have to deal with, is with those two withdrawn strikers, basically, in Ali Long and Shim. You can't just worry about Sinclair coming through as a center back.
Well, the Karina LeBlanc deflection earns the Portland Thorns their very first corner kick of the matchup here in the 41st minute. Trailing 2-1. Ball sent in, headed away by Johnston. Picked up by Tobin Heath. Heath will send it out wide, and it's flicked on, and Johnston will shield it back to LeBlanc. And a deficit is not something the Portland Thorns have been very used to this year. Very first match they've trailed in this season is we've got a whistle and a foul called, and referee
looking to let advantage go. Didn't develop.
So he pulls it back for a Red Stars free kick here in the 42nd minute. This ball's chipped right in the hands of Unger, and she'll quickly throw it out to Heath. Heath to Farley, and Farley will play it long, but right to the feet of Abby Ursig, who will play it back to LeBlanc now, as we're in the waning moments of the first half, and Chicago Red Stars will get will give up the throw-in to Portland. Nemec to take it. Farley hesitates, but maybe a little too long. We'll get the deflection off of Shannon Box for another Portland throw-in. Actually, Tobin Heath was the one on the ball. Ali Long, taken away. He'll go out of play. Another throw-in for Portland. Heath to Farley. Farley with a cross. Into Sinclair, cleared away by Johnston. Williamson. Almost taken away there, but Menges will collect it up. Zerboni. Johnston on the ball for Chicago. To Gilliland, and it goes to Press. Press with some space.
Great build-up.
To Colaprico. To Kolupny. Now to Ursig. Ursig sends the ball up towards the top of the box. Back to Press. Left-footed shot, and that'll go over the byline.
It's going to be tough to break them down, as I was saying, in the middle. You almost look between the hash marks on the football field, and the Portland Thorns are, pretty often putting 5 or 6 players in that area of the field. You've got to be able to try to isolate people 1v1 on the flanks if you're Chicago here.
Approaching the final minute of normal time here in this first half. Heath. Really long ball, and it'll go out of play. So we approach halftime. A reminder to stick around for halftime. We've got plenty of activities, first half highlights, and a conversation with Dr. Andrew Hunt of the Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. And everybody's favorite part of halftime, bubble soccer. Kristen Press. Now Jen Hoy making a run. Jen Hoy trying to get in the box. Right-footed cross, headed away. That's finally cleared by the Thorns as we are now into stoppage time in this first half. Gilliland. Very long ball looking for Press. Taken away by Portland.
Looks to be a minimum of 1 minute added here.
And Ongerer will slowly dribble it up towards the edge of the box. Sinclair chips it forward. That's Camo. Zerboni with it as we approach the end of the first half at Benedictine University. Sinclair out wide.
Offside.
And the offside flag goes up. In what should be the final action here in this first half. Maybe one kick of the ball by Julie Johnston, and that should do it. And the kick goes away, and the halftime whistle is blown. Your score at halftime, the Chicago Red Stars lead the Portland Thorns 2-1. We'll be back after this with a halftime show presented by C.J. Wilson Mazda.
Halftime of this Red Stars game is presented by C.J. Wilson Mazda. C.J. Wilson Mazda is offering Red Stars fans $500 on their next C.J. Wilson Mazda. Bring your ticket stub with you on your C.J. Wilson Mazda test drive for details. Drive what the Red Stars drive. Visit C.J. Wilson Mazda online at zoomzoomnation.com. Visit them in Orland Park on 159th Street, in Countryside on LaGrange Road, and in Lake Villa on Grand Avenue.
Well, we're back here at Benedictine University, and early tonight I had a chance to sit down with Dr. Andrew Hunt from Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, the Red Stars presenting sponsor for the 2015 season. Here's that chat talking about all that their orthopedic physicians do to help you move better so you can live better. Brett Myers back here at Benedictine University at halftime of this matchup between the Chicago Red Stars and the Portland Thorns. And I am joined now by Dr. Andrew Hunt of the Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. It is IBJI night here at Benedictine University. You have some staff members, some people IBJI here at the state game. And this is your first year as a presenting sponsor of the Chicago Red Stars. What does it mean to be a partner with the Red Stars?
For Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, it's an excellent opportunity to continue to expand our brand. We're a comprehensive orthopedic group covering not only sports medicine services, but total joint services, upper extremity services. We want to be involved in the community, and this is just an excellent opportunity for us to continue to do that.
You talk about being involved in the community. How is IBJI expanding?
We've have a number of different locations across the Chicago area. Personally, I'm in the Glenview and Wilmette office, but we have offices farther north. We have several in the city and several in the western suburbs. So for us, we're expanding our involvement in the community in general.
Now, your motto is move better, live better. What does that mean to you at Illinois Bone and Joint Institute?
Move better, live better is a motto that really encourages everybody. It's a way to stay healthy, it's a way to avoid injury, and from our standpoint, the more that we can do to keep the community healthy and active, the better for everybody.
And with the Chicago Red Stars, you are working with world-class athletes. How does that translate into better?
Working with elite athletes is a privilege. They are the top of their game. They're exceptionally talented athletes, and working with that particular group of athletes helps us, stress the Move Better, Live Better motto.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Hunt. That was Dr. Andrew Hunt of the Illinois Bone. You can see more of what they're about at ibji.com. Back more of halftime here on the Chicago Red Stars webcast.
I'm super excited that I finally got signed. I mean, you and I talked on the phone, and that was obviously my first goal. So I'm excited to finally and officially be a part of this team. The preseason has been going really well. The girls are awesome. The program's great. Coaches really help you get adapted to this environment. And so I've been really ecstatic to be here, and I'm even happier that I'm finally on the team.
I'm definitely just so excited to be officially signed with the Chicago Red Stars, and I love the team, and the girls are amazing, and preseason has been going really well, so that's good. And I mean, goals, I just say that I wanna win the whole thing this year, and I think I'm gonna try and do the best I can this year to help out the team any way I can.
Well, obviously, I'm super ecstatic about being part of this team officially. We've got a great core group of girls to get the NWSL rolling, and I'm just really excited to start implementing what we've been learning in these first 3 weeks, and coming together with the girls and doing what I know we're capable of doing this year.
We wanted to draft a player for each line. So in Erin, we were able to pick up an extremely athletic, extremely tenacious defender that has the ability to go end line to end line. She's very difficult to beat 1v1. She's 2-footed, and she's fearless. So those qualities were important for us. In Danny, we got a possession-oriented player. She can play anywhere in the midfield, regardless. We have 3 in there or 4 in there. Multi-versatile, great with both feet, very good in and out of pressure, can play as a 6 and help build from the back, can play as a 10 and make a last pass. So it was super well-rounded, very excited about her. And then in Sophia, Sophia is just a physical presence up front. She covers a lot of ground. She's always playing on angles, very hard to defend 1v1, also 2-footed, just as good at creating for herself as setting somebody else up. It just continues. We've taken a similar approach each year in the draft, and these 3 are no different, and we're excited to have them in.
Brett Myers back here at Benedictine University at halftime of this matchup between the Chicago Red Stars and the Portland Thorns. And I am joined now by Dr. Andrew Hunt of the Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. It is IBJI night here at Benedictine University. You have some staff members, some people involved with IBJI here at the stadium tonight for tonight's game. And this is your first year as a presenting sponsor of the Chicago Red Stars. What does it mean to be a partner with the Red Stars?
For Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, it's an excellent opportunity to continue to expand our brand. We're a comprehensive orthopedic group covering not only sports medicine services, but total joint services, upper extremity services. We want to be involved in the It's just an excellent opportunity for us to continue to do that.
You talk about the community. How is IBJI expanding?
We've have a number of different locations across the area. Personally, I'm in the Glenview and Wilmette office, but we have offices farther north. We have several in the city and several in the western suburbs. So for us, we're expanding our involvement in the community in general.
Now, your motto is move better, live better. What does that mean to you at Illinois Bone and Joint Institute?
Move better, live better is a motto that really encourages everybody to remain active. It's a way to stay healthy. It's a way to avoid injury. And from our standpoint, the more that we can do to keep the community healthy and active, the better for everybody.
And with the Chicago Red Stars, you are working with world-class athletes. How does that translate into move better, live better?
Elite athletes at any level is a privilege. They are the top of their game. They're exceptionally talented athletes, and working with that group of athletes helps us stress the move better, live better motto.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Hunt. That was Dr. Andrew Hunt of the Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. You can see more of what they're about at ibji.com. And when we come back, more of halftime here on the Chicago Red Stars.
Wouldn't it be great to feel this good every day? Doing the things you love with the people you love. Live better.
Halftime of this Red Stars game is presented by CJ Wilson Mazda. CJ Wilson Mazda is offering Red Stars fans $500 on their next CJ Wilson Mazda. Bring your ticket stub with you on your CJ Wilson Mazda test drive for details. Drive what the Red Stars drive. Visit CJ Wilson Mazda online at zoomzoomnation.com. Visit them in Orland Park on 159th Street, in Countryside on LaGrange Road, and in Lake Villa on Grand Avenue. Isn't it about time you came off injured reserve? Schedule a complimentary injury screen at any of Athletico's convenient locations. Complimentary injury screens are free, easy to schedule, and most importantly, provide you with peace of mind. Call 1-877-ATHLETICO or visit them online at athletico.com to find a location near you. Athletico is the official provider of physical therapy and athletic training for the Chicago Red Stars. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for everybody.
Wouldn't it be great to feel this good every day? Doing the things you love with the people you love. At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, we help people of all ages move better so they can live better. If an orthopedic injury or illness slows you down, we're here with everything you need. Enjoy the life you deserve. See what we can do for you at ibji.com. IBJI. Move better, live better.
Alongside Wes Lumnicki, I'm Brett Myers, and it is time for some first half highlights between the Chicago Red Stars and the Portland Thorns. The Kristen Press goal, the first one in the 4th minute, just a beautiful strike from her. And then the second goal 4 minutes later, score with the right foot, score with the left foot, and that put the Chicago Red Stars on top by a score of 2-0. And this play right here has to be definitely the save of the match. A point-blank save there made by Karina LeBlanc, and a nice header off the line by Julie Johnston kept the score at 2-0. And we just take a look at the angle again on that. You got to be really quick and be aware of all times, especially as a defender, to back it up.
Yep.
A nice little fingertip save there by Nadine Ongerer on a Kristen Press shot. Then Gilliland with a cross that Ongerer will knock away. So as we head towards the second half here at Benedictine University. You know, we had a lot of great scoring chances. We got a lot of great play in that first half. And this goal right here, or that's a shot there by Monashim, right in the hands of LeBlanc. And that, another great save by Karina LeBlanc. And she was on her game. But sometimes you just can't stop things. And that was the case right there with that Christine Sinclair goal in the 28th minute.
Yeah, going in here to the second half, you've got a feel for Chicago. Portland's very difficult to contain when they're in possession at the edge of the attacking third. And, you know, on Chicago's side of things, they got to try to continue to press high and not allow the ball into those areas of the field. And on Chicago's end, you think you got to continue to look for transitional opportunities, try to stretch those back three of Portland, and try to get your outside backs overlapping a little bit as well.
Well, we're going to see what changes that either coach will make as we start this second half here. Benedictine University, the Chicago Red Stars with a 2-1 lead over the Portland Thorns. And what changes, if any, should either team make, Wes?
Yeah, I was just thinking about this. The substitutes are going to play a big role. With the amount of running that Kristen Press and Jen Hoy have done, you got to think Chicago's probably going to try to bring somebody on up top at some point, try to continue harassing the back line, you know, press up the field, not allow Portland just to come down into their defensive third. You know, on Portland's side, they're having a lot of success getting the ball wide to Tobin Heath. Most of their offense is running through her right now. But again, you got to see how it goes, and if there's an early goal here, it could completely change things for the rest of the match.
Sir? We'll be back after this commercial break.
Halftime of this Red Stars game is presented by C.J. Wilson Mazda. C.J. Wilson Mazda is offering Red Stars fans $500 on their next C.J. Wilson Mazda. Bring your ticket stub with you on your C.J. Wilson Mazda test drive for details. Drive what the Red Stars drive. Visit C.J. Wilson Mazda online at zoomzoomnation.com. Visit them in Orland Park on 159th Street, in Countryside on LaGrange Road, and in Lake Villa on Grand Avenue.
Wouldn't it be great to feel this good every day? Doing the things you love with the people you love. At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, we help people of all ages move better so they can live better. If an orthopedic injury or illness slows you down, we're here with everything you need. Enjoy the life you deserve. See what we can do for you at IBJI.com. IBJI. Move better, live better.
And we are underway here, the second half of this matchup between the Portland Thorns and the Chicago Red Stars. Live from Benedictine University, Brent Myers with the West Lomnicki. The Chicago Red Stars with a 2-1 lead, and Taryn Hemmings will play it over to Lori Kolupny. Back to Julie Johnston, and as we start this second half, the Red Stars looking on to hold on to lead, hand Portland their first loss of the year, and move to a tie for first place in the league table with 6 points, but we still got 45 minutes of action to go. Julie Johnston will clear that away for Chicago. There's Kolupny with it. That's chipped long. Kat Williamson gets a touch. And Kolupny with it again. Portland gets it back now. Sally Long will play it out wide. Tobin Heath. Oh, nice little fancy footwork there. And Abby Ursig will touch that one away. Right back to the Thorns. Into the box. On the outside. Here are the Thorns trying to make something happen. Tackled away by Johnston, but Shim will take the shot, and she'll score for the Portland Thorns within the first 90 seconds of the second half.
Fantastic finish by Shim, and you see it all start from the back four, really getting stretched by Chicago. Not much cover left when that ball got popped out.
Not the way the Chicago Red Stars wanted to start this second half, and Mana Shim with the cool, calm, collected finish for the Portland Thorns to level this matchup at 2. Now we'll see how the Chicago Red Stars respond, and that was one of those things, yeah, you knew, in a way, the Portland Thorns were not completely out of it, and they found a way, and they found Mana Shim, and Shim made it happen.
The way Portland's putting numbers in the middle of the field, like I said, at the edge of the attacking third, it's just a constant threat for the back four, and Kolupny is the holding midfielder of Chicago. They're constantly threatening them.
Well, we got another barn burner on our hands. We had 5 goals scored between Seattle and Chicago in last week's matchup. And we potentially have the same thing happening here tonight, and lots of goals. Makes the fans happy, but not so sure that makes coaches very happy when you let goals in like that.
Yeah, not the way they wanted to start the second half, that's for sure. And like I said, at halftime, it's going to completely change the dynamic going forward. Both teams are still going to try to press for 3 points, and it might affect the substitutions that come in here.
And I'll see what the game plan is as the Portland Thorns have the ball. Looking for Allie Long, and nice little defense there by Chicago between Ursig and Johnston. And Ursig tries to get that one out of the traffic. Collected up by Box, and Box will send it down the field. Nicole Zerboni. Ball taken away there by Kolupny. Tries to play it on the ground. Picked up by Kristen Press. And Press will try to play that one through the middle. Tackled away by Portland. Christine Sinclair. And that ball will be
close one there.
Played, and that's an offside call in Portland. Very, very close. Maybe a step or two offside.
Good recognition by Allie Long. Julie Johnson vacated her position at center back, and almost a perfectly timed run.
Sometimes that half a step will definitely kill you. The crowd noise starts to pick up here in this matchup at Benedictine University, and a pretty good crowd on hand for this matchup. And it is cold outside. It is nice to be in a warm booth because I would not want to be out there right now.
A lot of hats and parkas out there.
So whistle and a foul is called, and a free kick to the Red Stars, which is quickly taken by Abby Ursig. Passes it to Johnston. Johnston will get knocked over there by Tobin Heath, and we may see a card coming on Tobin Heath, or at least just a really stern talking to.
See the U.S. teammates having a little fun with that one. Good job by Johnston creating the contact and earning the foul.
And Ursig will take it there. It's on the outside for the Red Stars. That ball deflected, and it should be... Thought it was going to be a corner kick, but it'll be a goal kick for Portland. As Nadine Unger will try to push everybody forward before kicking it away. Ball taken away by Shannon Box. Tries to get around the traffic, but it's cleared away by Portland all the way to the back line, and Ursig will shield Sinclair there. Get it safely back to LeBlanc.
Sinclair straight pace to make that uncomfortable for Ursig all along.
Absolutely. Some veteran presence and still a little bit of burst of speed from the 31-year-old Sinclair. 51st minute of the throw-in goes to Sinclair. Touches it, back to Shim, back to Sinclair. Over to the far post to Taylor Camo, and the amateur rookie. Airmail's shot attempt, but was in the right place at the right time otherwise.
That's just too soft in marking there from the Red Stars. It all develops from a throw-in, and they're not touch tight. They're not marking. Portland's able to turn, switch the field very easily there. That's Chicago's going to be having to adjust that going forward.
And a team that plays very well defensively in the Chicago Red Stars has had a couple defensive lapses here early on in the second half. Farley gets the ball taken away from her, and here's Kolupny for the Red Stars. Back it goes to Gilliland, and Gilliland gets dispossessed there. Chip forward, and Sinclair was making a run, but it's shielded again by Abby Ursig. And sometimes shielding, containment, that's pretty much all you need to do as a defender. Red Stars here on the ball. Looking for a way to take the lead back. We're up 2-0 before Christine Sinclair's goal in the 20th minute. And then in the 47th minute, Monashim equalized it. Taylor Camo draws the double team. Taken away, and Taryn Hemmings with the ball for Chicago. Nice job by the Red Stars, but it's taken away by Emily Menges of Portland. Julie Johnston wins it back. Now Johnston pushing forward for Chicago. Has some numbers forward. To the outside to Danielle Colaprico. The draft pick from Virginia sends it in, looking for Johnston, who's still playing forward, and she'll take the shot. And it'll go over the byline for a goal kick for Portland. But Julie Johnston starting to make some things happen for Chicago.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet this year. First real time she's come forward with the ball, and she's always a danger with her speed and technical ability. Like seeing that because it really makes the Portland defense have to adjust and shift.
Kat Williamson will collect the ball up for the Thorns here in the 54th minute to Zerboni with a quick touch out to Farley. Allie Long, defended by Kolupny, and that ball is taken away by Erin Gilliland, who keeps it in the yellow lines to Press. Press looking for the run there of Jen Hoy, but
late offside flag came up on Hoy.
And just a step or two offside for Jen Hoy, resulting in the offside call.
Gotta like the way the rookie Erin Gilliland read that pass, intercepted it about midfield, and put her team on the front foot by dribbling that into space.
As Nadine Ongerer will take the free kick now for the Thorns. Ball played way over the top of everybody, and LeBlanc will collect it for the Red Stars. Yelling directions, directing a little bit of traffic, formerly of Portland, helped the Portland Thorns to the 2013 NWSL Championship, the very first one in the NWSL, a victory over the Western New York Flash at Salient Stadium in Rochester. Kolupny with the ball for Chicago. To Hemmings. Gets that ball taken away by Mana Shim, who's had a goal here in the second half, to Camo. Camo will lay it back to Zerboni. And Zerboni will send it all the way back to the keeper. Comes way out of the box, does Nadine Ongerer.
Seeing Portland become more and more comfortable on the field, in possession. Interchanging of positions, they're building confidence as this game has gone along.
Zerboni on the ball for the Thorns. Sinclair trying to get onto it for Portland. Back to Shim. Quick touch back to Sinclair, nicely read there. But it'll go out for a Portland throw-in. You know, you almost hate to use the cliche chess match, but early on in the second half, that's what it's looking like between the two teams.
Historically, there hasn't been much between these two teams. A number of draws over the last couple years. They seem to always bring the best out of each other offensively.
3 meetings between the teams last year, all 3 of them ended in draws. Zerboni to the outside to Nemec. Pass goes forward to Farley. Farley cuts it inside, looking for Long. Taken away by Johnston. And gets knocked over by Allie Long and draws the foul.
Well read by Johnston there again to be able to step and intercept.
Yeah, Allie Long very dangerous, but has not played as much of a factor in this matchup as Paul Riley would probably have liked her to. Here comes Chicago. Kristen Press dispossessed. It'll be a throw-in for Portland. Allie Long over the top, headed by Ursig. And Colaprico tries to clear it away. Red Stars take possession. Given right back, though, to Portland. Near side to Taylor Camo. Taken back by the Red Stars. Here's Shannon Box. Out wide to Kristen Press. Hesitates, plays it back to the middle of the box, back to Press. Nicely collected up there by the Portland Thorns defense, and Ongerer will put it out to Menges. Menges with Colaprico approaching her. Has to play it forward, and Tobin Heath tried to run onto it, but could not catch up to it before it goes over the touchline.
You like seeing Press coming back to get the ball a little bit more this half. Obviously, Chicago going into the wind. The long ball opportunity in transition really probably isn't going to be on much anymore. She's just trying to keep herself involved and get numbers forward.
Gilliland with the throw. Now Press gets the ball taken away. Here come the Thorns. Zerboni dances around Kolupny. Out wide. Cross sent in, looking for Sinclair. Drops back to Camo. Shim with the through ball to Camo. But nice job again by Julie Johnston to read that one and come back and shield it.
Yeah, she reads the game well back there. Obviously, that's what's caught the eye of the national team coaches early in her career.
Will be on the U.S. World Cup roster for the Women's World Cup in Canada, as a lot of the players will be in the NWSL for the respective countries, and we have a substitution coming in the game for the Portland Thorns. And it looks like Taylor Camo in her first start for Portland will come off, and Kendall Johnson will make an appearance into the game. Kendall Johnson, who just celebrated her 24th golden birthday yesterday, see some action for Coach Paul Riley in the Portland Thorns. Nice job tonight by Taylor Camo in her Portland Thorns debut, but will come off the field in favor of the more experienced Kendall Johnson. Colaprico to the feet of DiBernardo. Played back to Johnston. Johnston with a couple of nice strides will send that one. Tried to switch. Didn't quite get there. It's cleared away by Tobin Heath.
Portland doing a much better job in their back line of recognizing that long ball and dropping off.
Kolupny to Box. Out to Gilliland. Back to Kolupny. And Box will send it back to LeBlanc to reset things here for the Red Stars as we approach the 61st minute in this tie ball game. Colaprico. Nice little touch forward, but Nemec read it well and will send it back to Ongerer. To Menges here on the near side. Kendall Johnson, who just entered the match, will send it back to Nemec. And it'll go out of play for a Portland throw-in. The ball is headed back to Johnson. We'll send the chip in. Allie Long try to get the turn, but Ursig will collect it for the Red Stars.
I was going to say, as this game goes along, you've really got to keep track of Allie Long. She has a knack for shooting through and being opportunistic.
Tobin Heath passes it to Monashim. That's deflected away. Cleared away by the Red Stars. And Jen Hoy trying to run onto it. A little tussle there. And a foul is going to be called on Jen Hoy.
Not much argument from the Red Stars coaching staff.
A little battle there between Jen Hoy and Kat Williamson results in the free kick for the Thorns. And Williamson will play it to the ground, and Zerboni will try to chip it, but it's headed by Ersic. Here's Farley outside. Farley tries to send the cross in, but it's deflected away for a Portland Thorns corner kick.
And it seems obvious, but if you're Chicago, you cannot give the ball away at the edge of the attacking third. Portland is so dynamic in that area. They have players central. That's exactly where they're going to feast if you're going to give it up.
I thought it was a corner kick, thought it maybe have gone over the byline, but it goes over the touchline. Looked like they were setting for the throw, and that was a little confusing there for a second, but it's a corner kick for Portland.
Keeping you on your toes.
Absolutely. The NWSL keeps me on my toes, Wes, but that's why we love it. Heath with the corner kick for the Thorns. Trying to look for Sinclair. Cleared away. But back it goes to Shim, and Shim takes the shot, but Chicago Red Stars get the deflection, and nice job by Colaprico to keep her from going over the byline and instead giving up the throw-in. You don't want to give up too many set-piece opportunities if you're the Chicago Red Stars. That's what killed them last week against Seattle. 2 set-piece goals. And we had a substitution coming into the game for the Chicago Red Stars. It looks like Sofia Huerta is going to come into the match. One of the other rookies for the Chicago Red Stars.
Great effort again by Jen Hoy.
And Jen Hoy will be the player replaced for the Red Stars here in the 63rd minute.
Yeah, put a ton of energy into tonight's game. Integral in them, really taking it to Portland the first 25, 30 minutes of this game or so. We'll see if Sofia Huerta can now, up the level again, bring some energy, try to turn this game back around.
Absolutely. She played a half last week against the Seattle Reign and did very well in her professional debut. As the Let's Go Red Stars chants are loud and proud here at Benedictine University. We're still tied here in the 64th minute. Amelie Menges. And that'll go out of play. DiBernardo will try to play that one forward to press. Taken back by Portland. And the Red Stars get that one back. Kolupny will play it to the outside to Gilliland. Cuts it back into press to Colaprico.
That's much better, building around the back.
Johnston to Colaprico, sends it back to Erceg. And a little bit of a ball catching the wind there over the head of Aaron Gilliland results in a throw-in for the Portland Thorns.
You can see as they're able to connect more passes there through the back line, they're able to get more numbers forward. Just got to have more quality, keeping the ball and advancing it.
So a corner kick is given up to the Portland Thorns here in almost the 66th minute. Another dangerous opportunity for the Portland Thorns. And Tobin Heath to do the honors for Portland. Plays it short to long, back to Heath. Floats that one into the box, and we got some bodies falling all over the place. No call made, and it'll be a goal kick for Chicago.
Look like they're calling it off the head of Erceg. Another corner.
That was a very slight deflection for that off Abby Erceg's head, and it'll be another corner kick then for Portland. Heath will take it here from the near side. Plays it short again to Long, and this time Long sends the cross in, but it's cleared away. And this Red Stars broadcast brought to you in part by Athletico, the official physical therapy and athletic trainers of the team. Athletico, better for everybody. Find them online at athletico.com. We got a whistle here, and an offside flag goes up on the far side and quickly restarted by the Red Stars. Allie Long will take that one away, but Box will take it right back, plays it back to Ursig, who will get it back to LeBlanc, and LeBlanc will kick it for the Red Stars. Box to Kolupny. Press will play it back to Gilliland. Gilliland, but nicely shielded there by Tobin Heath. Portland wins the throw into Farley. That ball will go out of play, and there's a little bit riding on this match tonight, and we'll talk about that here in a second, involving a donation to a soccer organization. It's Kristen Press on the ball for the Red Stars. That cross is sent in, but deflected away by the Portland Thorns. Vanessa DiBernardo doing a nice job getting in.
She was 1v3 in there, but she almost took advantage of it, made a great diagonal run. Well picked out from the flank.
But as I was talking about, tonight's matchup may benefit a soccer organization. If the Portland Thorns win, then the Chicago Red Star supporter group, Chicago Local 134, has to donate to FC West Soccer. But if the Chicago Red Stars win, then the Rose City Riveters fan supporter group has to make a donation to Gonzo Soccer. So there's a little bit riding on this matchup to benefit soccer tonight. And if they tie, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. They split the difference a little bit. Well, it's most likely a match like this would end in a tie. It did 3 times last year. And another corner kick given up to Portland, 69th minute. And Tobin Heath will travel to the far side corner to take it. Measuring things up and takes the left-footed corner kick, looking for the head of Williamson, bouncing around in the box, and it's cleared away by Chicago. Will roll out for a Portland throw-in, but the Portland Thorns have Chicago back on their heels a little bit, Wes.
Yeah, you look at how the match has progressed, with Chicago being direct in the first half, now going against the wind. They've had to kind of reinvent their game plan here.
And ball played in the near side. Taken back by Portland. Menges to the near side to Kendall Johnson. And Johnson will play it to nobody, and Karina LeBlanc will come out of the box to collect it for the Red Stars.
And Chicago's just having trouble keeping the ball long enough to get their players forward. It's most often here in the second half playing a 34-yard ball into a lone striker, and hasn't paid dividends thus far.
Now see what adjustments the Chicago Red Stars will make here in the last 20 minutes of the second half. And it'll be a throw-in for Chicago. Hemmings to take it. Hemmings will get a little bit of a heavy touch there. Farley and DiBernardo fighting for it. And Johnston will pick it up for Chicago. To LeBlanc.
Touch by DiBernardo.
And Danielle Colaprico with it. God has a little bit of numbers up forward, plays the ball on the outside to fellow rookie Sofia Huerta, and Huerta just loses the ball for just 1 second. Just a
little bit of a heavy touch.
Yeah, a little bit of heavy touch there. But that's something she'll definitely clean up as she goes along in her professional career.
Like that build-up, though. Much better. Drawing the back central, being able to spray the ball out wide.
A good touch by DiBernardo and a good job by Colaprico to create the opportunity for the Red Stars. Kolupny with a little bit of a collision in the midfield with Monashim, and looks like Monashim is going to be the one who is called for the foul. And we talked about this last week, and Kolupny's ability not only to commit fouls, but get fouls called on the other team.
Yeah, I think she was probably the most fouled player in the NWSL last year.
Certainly one of them.
Brush up on my statistics, but I think she was somewhere near the top. She's always in the middle of it, getting mixed up with it. That's kind of her role as captain.
As Ursig will look to restart this one for Chicago. Williamson will take it away. It's cleared by the Thorns. The ball will roll all the way back. A very, very effective clear by Portland there. And again, the Red Stars looking a little bit on their heels. Had the great start with the 2 Kristen Press goals in the 4th and 8th minute, but as this match has gone along, Portland has found their game, and their game is possession and fluidity. Sinclair to Shim. To Johnson. Johnson trying to get around Hemmings. Johnson with a left-footed cross. Easily taken away by Johnston. Here come the Red Stars. But only for a quick moment as Tobin Heath nicely recovers for Portland. Now Allie Long trying to get onto it for the Thorns to Sinclair. Sinclair will ship it out wide to Johnson. Johnson to the edge of the 18. Lays it back to Farley, and Farley off the top of the post. Did not go in. And the Red Stars dodge another bullet there here in the 74th minute. A shot by Sinead Farley off the crossbar.
Again, you're seeing Sinclair and Allie Long becoming more and more disruptive to the back line. They're all created by Allie Long winning the ball, Christine Sinclair spraying it wide. And back line of Chicago's at 6s and 7s trying to recover from that one.
And the Portland Thorns trying to win the ball back, and they do so. Farley will play it out wide. We got a whistle and a foul called against the Chicago Red Stars. So as we take a look at the replay there, sometimes the crossbar can be your best friend if you're a goalkeeper, and it was in Karina LeBlanc's case.
Yep.
So we await this restart for the Thorns, and Tobin Heath taking the free kick. Got some bodies on the edge of the box for both teams to try to defend this free kick opportunity. Heath with the wind at her back gets it over everybody, and Zerboni will head it. Clear attempt made there by Kolupny, but the Portland Thorns trying to win it back, headed away by DiBernardo, and we got a whistle and a foul. And we got another discussion between a referee, Levi Rippey, and this time Kat Williamson, the recipient of the lecture. So we got some potential substitutions warming up on the sideline. So we've reached the final 15 minutes of the second half. Nemec to take the throw-in for the Thorns. Nice little back heel there by Sinclair, but it's nicely read by Kolupny, but Kolupny gets called for the foul, crashing into Sinead Farley.
Yeah. And this 3-4-2-1 formation that Portland's playing today, it's not something that Chicago sees very often or will see very often, but you see why Portland likes going to this. They're drawing so much attention to the middle of the field, and now you're seeing the space get created because the outside backs for Chicago have to tuck in and give support.
Well, it has certainly been very effective as Monashim was on the ball. It's taken away, and Kolupny will get the ball back for Chicago. Kolupny trying to run forward. Kendall Johnson tries to get that one away, but Kolupny still on it, showing that veteran skill, and gets knocked down by Johnson. No call. Red Star still on the ball, though. DiBernardo.
Tired legs there a little bit. Got to be able to stay calm and collected, keep the ball there.
Well, that ball barely went over the touchline for a throw-in for Portland. I thought DiBernardo may have kept that one in. Not so much. Monashim to Johnson. Christine Sinclair drawing double team. Kendall Johnson with it. Taken away. Nice little battle here between her and Colaprico. The Red Stars win it. Taryn Hemmings off of Johnson. Monashim for the Thorns. To Farley. Out wide to Heath. Taken back by the Red Stars. Kristen Press on the ball. Gets dispossessed, and Portland will take it right back, but just for a quick moment.
Great
that
tackle.
ball chipped over the top, over to Kristen Press. Draws the immediate double team, but tries to get the turn. That shot deflected off of Emily Menges. Red Stars maintain possession. Ball played out wide to the far side. Lori Kolupny trying to get around Farley. Lori Kolupny on the far side touchline gets it taken away by Tobin Heath. As Christine Sinclair will get it out. Farley into Allie Long. Portland trying to work something up the right side of the field, and Christine Sinclair cannot catch up to it, and Abby Ursig will shield it, and he'll go out of play for a goal kick.
You see the attention that Kristen Press is drawing to herself. I think the last time they had an opportunity, she had 5 Portland defenders within 5 yards of her. It's going to have to be somebody else popping through, taking advantage of all the attention she's getting up front.
We'll see how this last 11, 12 minutes plays out or so of the second half. And right now, if you were to declare an advantage, it would totally be with Portland right now. They seem to have gotten all the momentum. They've had it for most of the second half. But we know the Chicago Red Stars, they have a never-say-die attitude and are never out of any match, regardless of situation. Two to two your score as we approach the final 10 minutes of this second half. 2 goals by Kristen Press in the 4th and 8th minute gave the Chicago Red Stars an edge early on. Sinclair came back in the 28th minute with a goal, and Monashim tied it up in the 47th minute. And that is why your score is 2-2 right now. And this Red Stars broadcast is brought to you today in part by Shaw Media, an official news partner of the Chicago Red Stars. For all the news happening in the suburbs of Chicagoland, head to mysuburbanlife.com. DiBernardo. Now whistling a free kick. Or a throw-in. And that one moved all the way back, and Gilliland will throw it in. Ball given right back to Portland, and it's getting a little choppy out there, and it's like you said earlier, some tired legs out there between both teams right now.
Yeah, the pace of the game in the first half, you knew it couldn't stay the same throughout the whole 90 minutes. It was up and back, most of the entire first half.
Ball laid back, looking for Sinclair, cleared away. Thorns maintain possession. Here's Kendall Johnson. Johnson sends the shot to the near post, swallowed up by LeBlanc. And one of the freshest players on the field, a little cheeky idea for a shot from distance, maybe hoping to catch a very tired Karina LeBlanc and her reaction time being a little bit slower, but LeBlanc was up to the task. A whistling offside call on Portland.
Great job by the Chicago backline stepping there to create that offside call.
And they're
good organization from the two center backs.
Absolutely. And one of the best center back pairings in the whole entire NWSL in Julie Johnston and Abby Ursig.
And they're gonna have to get over that pretty quickly because both those girls are going to be going away to their national teams, and we're going to have to shuffle the deck here a little bit in Chicago in the next few weeks for sure.
As a high foot is going to be called on Kendall Johnson as that ball was played to Colaprico. Dangerous play results in a free kick for the Chicago Red Stars. And we'll see if the Red Stars can do something.
I'd like to see Julie Johnston go up in there and try to get ahead on this ball, as she has a knack for doing that with the Red Stars and the national team.
Well, as you say that, she is making her way towards the 18-yard box. Certainly something she can do. Has done it already for the national team this year. The ref's whistle goes, and DiBernardo will take the free kick. Sends that one into the box, punched away by Ungerer, bouncing around. Gilliland with the shot attempt, and it'll go out of play for Chicago Red Stars corner.
Great look, great ball in by Vanessa DiBernardo.
And another Red Stars corner kick means Illinois Women's Soccer League will be donating another ticket to a local nonprofit organization. Short corner played by the Red Stars. Ball deflected away, and Chicago earns another throw-in here in the 84th minute. So we had another substitution. We thought we maybe had a sub, but not so much in this case. As Portland does a great job again defending. Ball will be cleared all the way to their half of the field. LeBlanc to the near side to Hemmings. Johnston will send it long. Williamson gets the head on it. Nemec. But here comes the Red Stars. Kolupny out wide. Here's Huerta with a cross. Still in the field of play. Taryn Hemmings in the corner. Tries to turn, right-footed cross into the mixer. Goes through everybody. And Huerta rather tries to chase it down.
A little too much standing around there in the attacking box for the Red Stars. Like to see them time their runs a little bit better from Taryn Hemmings' cross.
So throw-in is upcoming now for the Portland Thorns so we approach the 86th minute. Now we have a substitution coming onto the field, and the final rookie to see action for the Chicago Red Stars will come into the match, and Kara Walls from Wisconsin. And Danielle Colaprico's night is finished. So in this case, I think what Rory is trying to do, he's trying to get some more offense out of the field for perhaps another late game winner.
Yeah, the Red Stars have had some momentum building here. They've had some good looks at goal in the last 5 minutes. Like trying to force the issue here isn't really the wrong decision at all.
Players fighting for the ball, and Chicago wins the better end of that battle, but goes right back to Portland. Huerta. And Huerta will fall on the turf. No call, and Portland takes possession back. And they'll just kick it out of play here. As Taryn Hemmings will take the throw in for Chicago. DiBernardo with a high ball, won by Zerboni. Kolupny out to Gilliland. Gilliland will send the ball long, taken back by the Portland Thorns. Kendall Johnson on the near side. Long ball looking for Sinclair, headed back to LeBlanc by Ersic. Great defense there by the New Zealand international.
Good understanding of where she was, what positioning she had on Christine Sinclair.
Ball go back, and Williamson will clear it for the Thorns. Sofia Huerta. Some quick passing here by the Red Stars in the 87th minute. Huerta on the outside.
Got numbers in the box if you can get a serve here.
Huerta trying to get around Menges, but Menges shields it nicely for Portland. Almost gives it away the box. She does give it away the box, and Kolupny takes the shot, but it'll go out of play. But like you said, Wes, the Red Stars building up a little bit of momentum as we get late on, and they scored a goal in the first minute of stoppage time last week, and looking for some of that same magic again.
Yeah, you got some fresh legs in the attacking third of the field, seeing if they can try to force the issue on the back three of Portland here, as they've had to do a lot of work here in the last 80 minutes or so.
And Abby Ersig has Allie Long go around here, and Long will take the shot.
It's the constant threat, Allie Long.
That Christine Sinclair would have had a little more of a burst of speed. She may have gotten to that one. Certainly dangerous in any respect. 89th minute. This very crucial matchup early on in this NWSL season, especially in a World Cup year when you've got some national team players playing. It would be good to have 3 points if you're either team here in this match. Portland on the ball now. 90 seconds remaining plus stoppage time.
From a depth standpoint, it's a big deal for the Red Stars to be able to get some of these younger girls in early in the season, to get their feet wet, to understand the level of play, because, again, they're going to be relied upon here in the summer months.
Zerboni will knock down a Red Stars player in the center circle and get whistled for the foul. That's DiBernardo who's shaken up after the contact from McCall Zerboni. Resulting in a free kick here for Chicago. And we got a substitution coming in. Mana Shim is coming off for Portland. And Sarah Jackson will come into the matchup, one of the other players called up for the Portland Thorns. Ball bouncing around here in the 18-yard box, a shot taken and right in the hands of Nadine Ongerer. Final 20 seconds of the 90, but they can get it forward. They may have a chance, but the Portland Thorns on the ball. Christine Sinclair looking for Jackson, taken away by Johnston. Out wide to Hemmings. Final 30 seconds of stoppage time. And a foul committed by Sinead Farley, and DiBernardo gets knocked down again. One more chance for the Red Stars.
We thought Kolupny was fouled a lot. I've seen DiBernardo taken down a number of times.
Well, she is definitely taking her knocks, that is for sure. Johnston will serve it towards the edge of the area. DiBernardo trying to run onto it. Nemec will kick it out of play, but it'll be another Red Stars throw-in as we are past the minute of stoppage time.
Don't look to be in very much of a rush to get this ball into play.
Well, I think our referee, Levi Rippey, will allow for the last chance here. So the ball is taken away. Back to the Red Stars. Kolupny with it on the outside. Klopny tries to send that one in, but it's deflected away, and the Thorns will clear. And the final whistle goes, and your match tonight, it seems to be the same old story. Teams, it ends in a draw. Chicago 2 and Portland 2.
Status quo between these two teams. Well fought, both ends. Both teams will feel good about certain things today. Defensively, try to take away some improvement areas as well.
Well, that'll wrap it up here from Benedictine University tonight. Your next webcast 1 week from tonight as Sky Blue FC will come to town. And that match will kick off at 5 p.m. But for now, for my partner Wes Lumnicki, I am Brett Myers saying good night. You've been watching Chicago Red Stars Soccer.
Halftime of this Red Stars game is presented by C.J. Wilson Mazda. C.J. Wilson Mazda is offering Red Stars fans $500 on their next C.J. Wilson Mazda. Bring your ticket stub with you on your C.J. Wilson Mazda test drive for details. Drive what the Red Stars drive. Visit C.J. Wilson Mazda online at zoomzoomnation.com. Visit them in Orland Park on 159th Street, in Countryside on LaGrange Road, and in Lake Villa on Grand Avenue. For everybody.
Wouldn't it be great to feel this good every day? Doing the things you love with the people you love. At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, we help people of all ages move better so they can live better. If an orthopedic injury or illness slows you down, we're here with everything you need. Enjoy the life you deserve. See what we can do for you at ibji.com. IBJI. Move better, live better.